Are you wondering if GPT-5 means that you can finally take more of your environmental compliance work in-house? Could AI actually handle all of the spreadsheets, the reports, even the communications with regulators without you hiring a consultant? Today, we're going to talk openly and honestly about exactly where GPT-5 can help you do more on your own and where you still need a human expert to help you out of trouble. Hi, I'm Tate Hunter from RMA, and we work with businesses every day to make environmental compliance simpler and faster. And here's the thing, yes, we are biased. We're consultants. We don't want to put ourselves out of work, but we also don't want to lie to you. Saying AI can do everything, you don't need us anymore, good luck. That would be neither true nor responsible. But it would also be dishonest to pretend that GPT-5 isn't capable of handling a lot on its own. So let's jump in and take an honest look at what GPT-5 can really do for your compliance work and what still needs a professional eye. So to start, what is GPT-5? Well, if you've been living under a rock, here's the quick version. ChatGPT is an AI chatbot from OpenAI. You type something in and it responds like you're having a conversation with a very well-read human. Every few months, they release a new model that's smarter and more capable than the last. And as of August 7th, 2025, GPT-5 is here, the most powerful version yet. It handles complex requests, gives more relevant answers, and works through multi-step problems better than ever. At its core, it's simple. You type, it responds. But the real magic, and why we're talking about it for environmental compliance, is what happens when you give it the right prompts and the right information. So let's talk about some of the top ways we expect to see companies using GPT-5 in their environmental programs. Be part of the conversation, not a bystander. GPT-5 can help you walk into compliance discussions with a better handle on the regulations, the data, the overall process, so you're not just nodding along while all the technical talk flies. You can use it to translate permit language before a meeting, review past correspondence so you're all caught up, or draft your own questions for your consultant or the regulators. It's not about taking over the process, it's about having enough clarity to actively follow what's happening. Build your own compliance tools. One of the biggest shifts with GPT-5 is its ability to write code for you better than ever, even if you've never coded before. With plain language prompts, it can create fully functional dashboards, emissions calculators, inspection trackers, monitoring snapshots, complete with formulas and interactivity. Something that once required hiring a developer can now be built in minutes and fine-tuned as you go. Speed up calculations, whether it's applying AP42 emission factors, rolling up annual throughput totals, or double-checking against your permit limits, GPT-5 can work through multi-step math and explain every step. It can automate repetitive number crunching and flag anything that falls outside of expected ranges, saving you time and helping you catch those errors early. Draft important language faster. On the creative side of compliance, things like writing summaries or narrative sections or persuasive proposal language, GPT-5 can help you frame your points in regulator-friendly terms and strike the right tone in sensitive communications. You'll still want to give it a human eye and some tweaks, but you'll start from a strong, polished draft. Translate regulations into usable guidance. If your team struggles with dense regulatory text, first of all, you are not alone in that. GPT-5 can rewrite it so that the meaning is clear. It can even explain government code to a fifth grader if that's what it takes for everyone to understand what's required. Model what-if scenarios. If you're thinking about a new process line, changing fuel types, or expanding into another state, GPT-5 can outline the likely regulatory impacts so that you can compare options side by side before making a move. It's not a substitute for an official review, but it can save weeks of early-stage research. So here's the reality check. Even with all of these improvements, there are some truths that you still can't ignore. First, hallucinations, when ChatGPT is flat out wrong. They still happen. AI can misread a table, apply the wrong formula, or mix up two similar regulatory terms. And in compliance, even a small error can turn into a big problem. Second, regulations change. GPT-5's knowledge has a cutoff date unless you feed it the latest text, and even then it might misinterpret small updates or cross-references. Third, inspectors don't care if the AI said so. You're responsible for the accuracy of every calculation, report, and statement that leaves your office. Fourth, it doesn't know your site. GPT-5 can't see a corroded tank or a cracked containment wall or a mislabeled drum. Real-world inspections still matter. Fifth, context matters. The AI might apply a regulation correctly in one situation, but get it totally wrong in another with a slightly different setup or state-specific rules. Sixth, quality in equals quality out. If you give it bad or incomplete data, the results will be unreliable no matter how advanced the tool. And finally, confidence isn't everything. GPT-5 can sound very sure of itself even when it's wrong, so don't mistake a polished answer for a correct one. Bottom line, unless you're ready to comb through every AI-generated output and check it against the actual regulations yourself, you can't assume that it will hold up under inspection 100% of the time. GPT-5 is powerful, but in environmental compliance, the human review step isn't optional yet. So here's how you should be using AI for your environmental program. Treat ChatGPT like an assistant, not the decision maker. Use it for the routine stuff, first drafts, formatting, repetitive calculations. Always verify the output with somebody who knows the regulations and keep a record of anything that was done using AI. Feed it accurate, up-to-date information and train your team on its limits. Match the tool to the task, drafting, summarizing, or crunching clean numbers, not making final compliance calls. That way you get the speed of AI without losing the accuracy and accountability that compliance demands. So here's the bottom line. GPT-5 can change the way you approach compliance. It can help you understand regulations, prepare sharper questions, and help you to take on more of the work yourself so you have a real voice in the process instead of sitting on the sidelines. But here's the truth. No AI can carry the full weight of compliance for you, yet. In the field, one wrong calculation or misread requirement can cost you real money and real credibility. That's why you need a partner who can take what ChatGPT gives you and turn it into something airtight. At RMA, we make sure every number checks out, every statement holds up, and every submission can stand in front of an inspector without a crack. So if you're ready to put GPT-5 to work and still sleep at night knowing that you're covered, call us. We'll make sure AI works for you, not against you. Thanks for watching.